What happens if you give a golden generation to two smaller nations with players with the potential ability to be world class? Well, today we answer that question, and it's Wales versus Scotland. Let's get into it. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. I am back with another experiment, and we've got two golden generations, Wales and Scotland, as I mentioned in the intro. So all the players have a different potential ability, as you can see here. The centre-back has got 189 potential, as has the other centre-back for Scotland. And if we go down to Wales, they get 189. So they are exactly the same. So if you go Joe Vaughan, there you go, he's mid-journeyed out of his mind. They're all mid-journeyed out of the mind. We'll see them as we go through the experiment. And Ross White, if we look here and we do the comparison. So I've made the players identical in terms of their potential ability and the actual original current ability in the attribute breakdown. So they should, in theory, develop at the same rate. Now, of course, they won't develop at the same rate because the reality of it is we have so many variables coming into play. Like one player might go to the championship and start getting game time within a couple of seasons. One player might go and rot in the Man City reserves and wait there till he's 21, 22 and never reach his full potential. So it's going to be interesting as we go through. I've not made any player with 200 potential ability. They're all in the 180s and 190s, as you can see here. They're all 15 years old as well. And if you look at the positions, we have made a first 11 for each nation. So in theory, Scotland and Wales, if they play the right formation as to what I've made, which is a classic 4-3-1-2, and they could go with defensive or attacking midfielders, because as you can see here, all the midfielders have the ability to play central midfield, defensive midfield, and attacking midfield. In terms of the strikers, there they are. We've got a striker who's pretty quick and should be pretty good going forward. They've got one striker each, so they best use them well. They better use them wisely. And the hope is both nations get to Euros and World Cup finals and win trophies. Now, we are also going to monitor the teams that they go to and sort of try and tot up the trophies they win along the way in terms of domestic leagues, Champions Leagues, and all that jazz to find out who wins the experiment as the overall golden generation. What I will also say is we will have bonus points for things like Ballon d'Ors and all that jazz. So without further ado, let's go forward a year and see where all these players start off their careers. It's a hell of a lot of players to get through, so we might not be delving into their careers as much as we do in some of the other experiments, in the interest of keeping this a somewhat watchable length. So let's get cracking. Right, okay, so here we go then. Let's just have a quick look down. Let's do them all by current ability. Why have some players lost current ability points? Why are some of them less than 100 now? We were on Joe Vaughan originally. Who was the Welsh one who we were on? It was Joe Vaughan. Who was the Scottish one? Was it Bailey? No, it was the other Scottish centre-back. It was Ross White, wasn't it? Okay, well, Ross is already up at 111. So, the comparison here between these two, massively different. But I can't believe Joe Vaughan's lost some attribute points. Well, that was not in the script, was it? Okay, so Adam McKenzie at Dunfermline Athletic is at 122. He's wanted by a who's who of Premier League bigwigs. And this is the thing, probably going to go to Premier League teams in the initial instance because they won't be able to go abroad at this tender age. Simon Norris is at TNS. He's at 119. He's improved pretty well, actually. So we've got 4 Scottish players who are the top 4. Then we've got Simon, who's snuck in there. Then we've got Kenny MacDonald, who's a fullback at 116. Hayden Phillips also at 116. He's gone to Aston Villa. Then we've got another couple of Scots, a Welsh, a Scot, Welsh, 3 more Scottish. And then literally the bottom 8 are all Welsh. And none of them have actually gone to teams in Wales where the quality of league is actually lower. We've got 2 in the Championship here. We've got Gwan Savage at Plymouth, who's gone to Scab at League One. John Roberts, who's at Spurs. And Spurs have got phenomenal training facilities, 20 training facilities, no less. And John Roberts is classed as their wonder kid. He's a goalkeeper, but there's no reason why he should be losing attribute points. So that's very, very strange to me. Very strange indeed. Jamie Owen has gone to Manchester United and Wes Harrison has gone to Man City. Now, it's very interesting to see, going to some of the big teams, how they will actually fare. If you look here, Bailey McGettrick, who's actually wanted, he's been playing for Kelty Hearts and he's played 31 times. They are 8th in the Cinch Championship. He actually got promoted from Cinch League One via the playoffs, so he's actually helped them to gain promotion to the Championship. So fair play to Bailey. Okay, so Simon Norris has been at TNS. Now, almost certainly TNS won the league. So do we give Simon some bonus points? for winning the league. I mean, we log it as a league win, don't we? He's Premier Young Player of the Year. I mean, that doesn't hold as much weight. I mean, winning the Welsh League with TNS is nowhere near going to be as impressive as winning the league, like the Premier League and stuff. Although, having said that, winning the Welsh League with TNS, is that as impressive as winning the Premier League with Man City or winning the French League with PSG, for example? So, I don't know. We'll be totting these things up as we go through, but it's going to be very difficult to go through and look at all the promotions as we go through. And it's also, some of them haven't played at this point, so it is what it is. We do have some transfers potentially incoming though. Like here we got Adam McKenzie. He's a bargain. You know, literally just spunk 5 million on him. He's only 5'5", so maybe he's a bit short. But yeah, we could literally, some of these players, if 3, 4, 5 of them end up at a specific club and they stick there for 4 or 5 seasons while they're improving, we could have a new powerhouse on our hands in the Premier League. For example, Aston Villa and Brighton have both got one. 3 or 4 players go there. Be very, very interesting. Right. Well, not much more to look in on at this juncture. And, hang on. Ryan Richards, he's had 2 caps for Wales. Ryan Richards is the first Welsh cappy. He's also been playing for Norwich. 1 goal in 13 appearances, but 12 were as a substitute. So it's not really that cut and dry. It looks worse than it is. Has anyone played for Scotland yet? No, they have not. Didn't mention as well that we've got different personalities as well throughout, but they're all decent personalities. We've got fairly professional, spirited and professional. Resolute as well. Oh, actually, I don't know if we did start with Resolute. I think Resolute's probably happened through a change. Ross White. I think his determination's gone up to 17. I don't think determination started off at 17. But anyway, it is what it is. Where's the other centre-back? Oh, no, it did. Ambition. Oh, no, Bailey McGretty's Resolute as well. Oh, the ambition's dropped for the pair of them. Which is funny, isn't it? Because Joe Vaughan has still got more ambition, but he's got loss of attribute points. These will all recover. I'm pretty certain most of them will get close to their potential. I'd like to think so anyway. I'm actually worried about Wes and Jamie. I am actually worried about these two. But they are good in personality type, so, let's go on. Okay, right, let's go down via the current ability. Well, look at Wayne Gillespie at 139. He's absolutely romping away. 6'2", marauding winger, 48 games for Hibernian, 7 goals. Not the best in terms of his goal scoring prowess, but he's up at 139 out of 185. Absolutely brilliant. Lewis Penman, well, he's been signed by Spurs for £2.9 million. Conor McMullen left Livingston for 4.3. He's gone to Arsenal. Adam McKenzie, 3.5 million from Dunfermline. Okay, so there's 2 for Spurs. Daniel Messham's still here at Sunderland, yet to play a game. Taylor Hughes is wanted by a few big teams and he wants to leave the club. I think it's because he feels he's too big for Livingston, to be honest. I mean, they're in the Premiership, but I think he wants to move away from Scotland. Ross White is also at Livingston. I think he'll be wanted by a few teams. Yeah, the same big teams in England. So Livingston are probably going to lose both of their players there. Stuart Russell is at Brighton. He started off at Brighton as well, so he's still there. Hasn't actually made an appearance, but he's up at 126. Ryan Richards still at Norwich. He's played a little bit more. He's got another cap as well. Looks like the only person to be capped internationally. Wes Harrison still at Man City. Hayden Phillips at Aston Villa. Jamie Owens still at Man United. He's actually made 1 appearance. Oh, that was in the first season in a cup competition. Steve Teal is the Rangers goalkeeper. Well, not the Rangers goalkeeper, but playing for Rangers as a goalkeeper. Simon Norris did make a move from TNS, 4.7k. Jesus Christ, you can barely get a car for that. Literally, a world-class talent. Man United have paid less for a world-class talent than the average second-hand car. Let that sink in. That is the level, isn't it? Like, look, he's worth now 24 to 72 million pounds. If you paid 40 to 50 million pounds for this guy, you'd look at him and go, I don't know. But bear in mind, knowing he's a 185 potential, if you knew that at the start and he was currently, if you saw those hidden attributes and you knew the player, you would easily pay 50, 60, 70 million pounds because you know he's going to be worth triple that by the time he gets to his potential. 4.7k. I owe more on my credit card. Stevie Sweeney for Celtic. He's yet to make an appearance. He scored a lot for Celtic B. He's now a perfectionist, so players are moving through the personality types as well, which is one thing we knew would happen, which is why I didn't want them all as model citizens. I wanted to have them to fluctuate up and down in the good sort of realm. Motherwell for Bryn Harvey-Jones. He has played 13 times as well. So they're all starting to get into the first team. Guan Savage, so he was under 100, wasn't he? We saw him under 100 in terms of his current ability. He's now at 117. He's gone to Plymouth Argyle. He's still at Plymouth Argyle, sorry. 33 games he's played. So he is... Well, he's come off the bench 31 times. Why are you bringing a fullback on 31 times? What's happening? Like, Ian Foster, what kind of system are you playing? Wingbacks. So maybe the wingbacks are doing a lot of work. Maybe they're doing a ton of work, so they get knackered. So he brings someone on to save some legs. Plymouth did get promoted as well, though. So Guan Savage has won promotion. Kenny McDonald did move from Dunfermline. I think we looked in on Kenny McDonald actually, but he's gone for 3.2 million to Arsenal. Yeah, another one. I mean, we're all over 110 now. Here we go. John Roberts, the goalkeeper, still at Spurs. Ewan Davis at Cardiff. He's not played at all. Sat in the Championship. And Joe Vaughan at Birmingham. Again, just sat there in the Championship, not doing anything at all. He's now at 111. He's got a great personality and he's 6'5". He should be one of the best centre-backs in world football. Birmingham, you need to start playing him because then you can cash in. So we have seen some players start to go to some of the big teams and they are on the loan list. Like Conor McMullen on the loan list at Arsenal. Let's have a look at the clubs just based on this opening juncture. We've got 2 at Arsenal, 2 at Man United, 4 of them at Spurs. Now Spurs do often turn into a team that starts winning the league very quickly. I won't be surprised if Spurs win the league within 5 seasons, especially if they pick up another one of these players. Who have they got? They've got a goalkeeper, centre-back and 2 central midfielders. If they get a winger and a striker, oh, you better believe it, they're going to dominate world football for years to come. I'd like them to go to some other teams. I don't think Arsenal, United and City are going to lose their players, unfortunately, unless they get signed for really, really big money. Because they are improving quite well, even though they're not playing. So it is what it is. Let's move on then to 2026, because there's not really anything to look in on internationally at the moment, because Ryan has only played 3 times for Wales, and I'm sure Wales haven't won a tournament already. They didn't even qualify. They didn't even qualify for the tournament. Understandably. They don't often. So there we go. Let's go to 2026. Okay, Wayne Gillespie at Spurs is absolutely ripping it up. Oh, sorry, Wayne Gillespie at Spurs just been signed for Spurs for 12.5 million. Spurs have now got themselves a winger. I said if they get a winger, oh my God, Lord help them. Realistically, he's up at 158. He's going to be good enough to get in the Spurs team now. Thomas Frank's in charge of Spurs. Lewis Penman, Wayne Gillespie. Yeah, look at this. Spurs are going to be the team. Spurs are going to be the team. Called it here first. The second best player out of everyone is Stevie Teal. Out of nowhere, he's up at 147. And it's a lot of the Scots, isn't it? Conor McMullen is still at Arsenal. Now, he's had a loan spell at Reading. He's had a very good loan spell at Reading in the Championship. 2 goals, 8 assists, nearly getting a 7 average rate in 39 games. All of them starts. That was brilliant for his progression. Stuart Russell has actually been to Aberdeen on loan. And he's been fantastic. 6 goals, 12 assists, 12 player of the matches from central midfield. Lewis Penman, we've just seen he's in the Tottenham squad. He's played 10 times for them last season. 7 of those off the bench, but 3 of them were starts. Now, he is now up at 142 with 195 potential ability. So realistically, he is probably going to get there and relatively soon. Jamie Owen has been to Cardiff on loan, I think just for half a season. Didn't play loads, but he's up there. He's the top ranking Welshman at the moment. Taylor Hughes at Manchester City. He's moved there for £8 million from Livingston. Sorry, 2.2 million, rising to 8, including add-ons. That would have been in January. Would it? No. Oh, it would have been at the start of the season after we were last here, wouldn't it? 29th of the 7th. Yeah, we're on the 3rd of the 7th at the moment. So yes, it would have been about 3-4 weeks after we were last here. So Adam McKenzie, yeah, is also at Spurs, 3.5 million. He's played a few times as well. He's down at 139. So Hayden Phillips has been at Millwall for a season on loan. He's done very well indeed. He's improved quite nicely. Guan Savage at Brighton. So we've got 2 at Brighton now. Stuart Russell. Guan Savage has actually moved for £13 million from Plymouth. He's actually got 2 caps for Wales as well. He was playing week in, week out for Plymouth in the Championship, and Brighton have taken a chance on him and actually played 11 times. He's played 11 times for them. Ross White still at... No, sorry, not still at Norwich. He's moved there from Livingston. So Norwich have got 2 of the players. Can they keep hold of them? Bryn Harvey-Jones is still at Motherwell. He's unhappy. He wants to move to a club with a stronger squad. Someone's going to come in for him. He's going to be moved by the time he come back. John Roberts in net for Spurs. He's actually played one game for them. He's also been on loan to Millwall. Wes Harrison at Man City. Never really done anything. Daniel Messam for Sunderland. Starting to play a bit more. So Ryan Richards here at Norwich. He's played 42 times. Scored 5 goals. They've retrained him as a right winger. Bloody hell. Stevie Sweeney on the loan list at Celtic. He's been retrained as a right winger as well. Why have both strikers been retrained as right midfielders? Simon Norris still at United. He's wanted by teams on loan. He needs a loan. Joe Vaughan wants to leave Birmingham because the club got relegated. He actually played 20 times last season, 20 starts. So yeah, Joe Vaughan's probably going to get himself a transfer. Kenny McDonald, he went on loan to Stoke, but he's not really done much. He's at 126. Ewan Davis still at Cardiff. He's played a bit more though. And Bailey McGettrick has actually moved from Kelty Hearts to Tottenham, and he's now gone on loan to Zurich. Yeah, looking over the clubs now, we've got 5 at Spurs, 2 at Norwich, 2 at United, 2 at City, 2 at Brighton, 2 at Arsenal, and a few other clubs have 1 of the players. We're starting to see some international caps though going through, and if we look at the most capped player, it's Ross White for Scotland. We've also got Ryan Richards, who is Welsh, then we've got 3 more who are Scottish, Welsh, Scottish, 2 more Welsh, 2 more Scottish, Welsh, and that is it. I find it weird that Wayne Gillespie, the best player for Scotland, has yet to be capped. And I think that's probably because Steve Clarke does not play wingers. Now, Steve, you need to change your system to try and fit him in. You've got a player that's 159 in terms of his current, 158, sorry, in terms of his current ability, and he's not in your team. We look at the actual squad. He would be the second best player in the team, ahead of Andrew Robertson, behind Aaron Hickey. And by this time next season, he'll have overtaken him, almost certainly. Yeah, so there we go. Speaking of next season, 2027, let's go. So yeah, Wayne's up at 172. Stevie Teal has gone to Inter Milan from Rangers, signed for £19 million. He's actually playing for Inter Milan as well. Went in the January and became the first choice goalkeeper. Now, he's actually just won Serie A with Inter. There we go. Serie A champions, also won the Italian Cup. Wasn't really winning anything with Rangers apart from youth stuff. So there you go. We've got some trophies. Wayne Gillespie for Spurs, 36 games, 7 goals. He played a hell of a lot for Tottenham last season. Where did Tottenham finish? That's a question. Fifth. If Thomas Frank can keep his job and keep these players sort of rocking and rolling, genuinely, I can't see how Tottenham are going to be usurped at all. Conor McMullen at Arsenal, 24 games last season. He's making waves. One Savage is also there at Brighton. He's up at 156. You've got Adam McKenzie and John Roberts also at Spurs, who have played a reasonable amount of games. 37 games for Adam McKenzie now at Spurs. John Roberts has played 7 times, so he's obviously sub-goalkeeper. Ross White at Norwich, he's doing pretty well. Have Norwich managed to stay in the league? No, they got relegated. Sean Dyche is in charge as well. Jamie Owen at United, 26 games, 1 goal. I think a lot of those games will be off the bench. 18 of them. Not great. Wes Harrison then, 7 games. Oh, he went on loan to Girona, so he did not win Premier League, but he's won the FA Cup apparently. Not sure we're going to count that. Bryn Harvey-Jones at Spurs is up at 150 as well. Ryan Richards at Wolves. Okay, this is new. £16.5 million from Norwich. Right, so Norwich have lost one of the players. Lewis Penman still at Spurs, Stuart Russell still about. And Daniel Messam, he's now at Wolves as well. So Wolves out of nowhere have bought 2 players, £17.5 million from Sunderland. And 16, so yeah, literally £34 million or something. And they bought 2 world-class talents. That's some good business. Hayden Phillips has been at Aston Villa since the start, really. He went on loan to Millwall. He's played 9 times last season. All of them were off the bench. He's on the cusp of a breakout sort of moment, but not quite there. Kenny McDonald still at Arsenal. Joe Vaughan, well, he stayed at Birmingham, wanted to leave due to the club being relegated, and I said, well, he's going to be gone. Well, he wasn't. He's actually helped them regain promotion to the Championship, and no one wants him still. Taylor Hughes at Man City. Yeah, Man City have got 2 players, haven't they? They've got Ewan Davis is at Cardiff. He's still there. Nozza at United. He went to Coventry on loan. He's up at 140. Stevie Sweeney at Celtic has only been playing for Celtic B and went to West Brom on loan. He's not done much at all, unfortunately. Bailey McGettrick at Spurs. He played 28 times for Zurich. He's also still remained on the loan list. So he's at 133. That's the worst of our players, and our best is at 172. So we are moving through the gears, and we are starting to move through the international caps as well. We're in 2027, surely. So in the European Championship qualification stage, Portugal are the big team in that group. But I think Scotland might be able to do it. They've already lost to Iceland. They needed to beat Iceland, really. They haven't got enough players in the squad. That's the problem. Steve Clarke's just absolutely balls it up. At least Rob Page is doing a little bit of something. I mean, look at how many good players they've got. To be honest, they should have more players than that in the squad. There's only 9 there. They should have all 11. But what do I know? It's 2028 then. It's a very slow build at this point. It's a very slow build indeed. Now, let's go back to the current abilities. And Wayne Gillespie is nearly there at 184. Ripping it up for Spurs. Stevie Teal at Inter Milan. Look at Serie A. He's won it again. How did he do in this most recent season? What was his record? 21 conceded in 34 appearances. Fair play to him. Connor at Arsenal is doing quite well. Arsenal didn't win the league. Who did win the league? Man City. Of course they did. Spurs are actually down in 7th. That's really bad. Thomas Frank's... Oh, okay. Enter the cheat code. Thomas Frank's gone, and here comes Vinnie Comp. He sold Oliver Skipp for £26 million. Vincent Kompany. Is there anything that man can't do on this game? He is... How long has he been here? 35 days. Let me tell you now. Vincent Kompany... Where's he seen his squad? Right, he's got Wayne Gillespie, best player. Adam McKenzie, is up at 164. He's done brilliantly. Bryn Harvey-Jones, he's there, already locked in at left back, 163. John Roberts is actually in net, 159. And Lewis Penman down at 150. Got Bailey McGettrick down here as well. He needs to get a loan move to try and get him to his potential. But they've got Moises Caicedo as well. And Nico Gonzalez. He's a good player, 160. Moises Caicedo, what's he at? 181. Wow. Who's this appender? You got Simone Profundi as well. He's 149, 161 potential. Yeah, I'm impressed. Vinnie Comp's going to get him cooking. So there we go then. That's almost... The writing's almost on the wall there. 2 players still at Wolves, as we've seen. Ross White at United. You've seen the Spurs. Where's Harrison? Joe Vaughan's gone to Leicester for £14 million from Birmingham. He's playing in the Premier League. Jamie Owen still at United. John Roberts, we've seen at Spurs. Stuart Russell at Brighton. He's starting to break into the team as well. Oh, Ewan Davis has gone to Aston Villa. £15.25 million from Cardiff. Right, Aston Villa have started to make waves as well. And Kenny at Arsenal, Sam and Norwich at United. Taylor Hughes at Manchester City. He's wanted by someone on loan. Stevie Sweeney at Celtic is just... He's having a terrible time. A terrible time indeed. Bailey McGettrick at Spurs as well. Not really improved as much as we would have wanted. Deary me. Where's Harrison, though? Played 30 times last season. 21 of those were off the bench, but... He's won the Premier League, he's won the FA Cup, he's actually also won the Champions League. Now, how much does that count? Okay, 4 starts, 8 off the bench. Yeah, okay, so he's won some trophies. So Wes Harrison, despite the fact that he's way down here at 164, he's doing pretty well. And as you can see, there is caps coming through, and Wayne Gillespie can't get capped for Scotland. Steve Clarke, you need to have a word with yourself. The problem is he probably won't get sacked because he's probably going to be achieving more than he ever has done. And Scotland are going to be like, oh my God, how good are we doing? He didn't qualify for the Euros, though. They finished 3rd in the group. That's not good enough. Not good enough at all. They're 42nd in the world as well. How are Wales doing? They're 55th. Rob Page, he's having a laugh as well. They actually did qualify. Hang on. Oh, there we go. He's just finished 3rd in the group with Serbia, Ukraine and Georgia. I don't think that's very good. That's not very good. You got a load of players in the 160s here. That should have won the group. Shambles. I don't know if we're going to win anything internationally. I can't believe he's so stubborn. He's not going to try and shoehorn Wayne Gillespie in. How good is Wayne Gillespie in terms of all of world football? Right, in terms of current ability, he's the 8th best player in the world at this moment in time. He's level in terms of current ability with Jamal Musiala. So he's the joint 7th. The only players that are better is Alejandro Balde, Bukayo Saka, Jude Bellingham, Vinny Jr., Erling Haaland, and Kylian bloody Mbappe. He's at Chelsea. Should we have a quick look at what Ralph's doing? Shock. He's the manager of Austria. He's the manager of bloody Austria since 2023 as well. So at least Wales got to the Euros. At least Wales got to the Euros in 2028. So it's starting. Let's move on. There we go. Wayne's still up there. We've always wanted by Man City. Oh dear. Gwan Savage at Brighton is still there as well. Less desirable is a fullback, so he's probably going to stay at Brighton for quite a while and hopefully propel Brighton on. Right, Connor at Arsenal. Yeah, doing all right. Stevie Teal at Inter Milan. He's just representing. He's going to stay at Inter Milan for a while. Just lost the lead to AC. Devastating. Daniel Messam has gone from Wolves to PSG for £99 million. That's the biggest signing so far, and he's about to clean up in France in terms of trophies. Who's in charge there? Luis Enrique. Where's Harrison at Manchester City? He's only won the FA Cup, so he won the Premier League. What did I say? I said inside 5 years. I was slightly wrong, but the season after Vinnie Comp's come in, his first season in charge, he's only gone and won the bloody league by 15 points, no less. It was the Players Player of the Year, Football of the Year, Phil Foden, fine. Team of the Year. Bryn Harvey-Jones at right back is the only player there in the Team of the Year, as you can see there. Can't be able to move my face. Victor Gyökeres moved for £78 million to Spurs, so Spurs have got some good players here, haven't they? Joe Vaughan still at Leicester. He's really kicked on. Look how high up the table he is now at 180. Ryan Richards is still at Wolves, and it looks like he's playing on the right. Gareth Southgate's in charge of Wolves. Jamie Owen at United at 178. He's actually starting to play quite a lot, so he's in the team. And obviously, Tottenham are playing all these players here. Ross White at United. He's moved from Norwich for £16.5 million. I think I missed that. Is that a third player for United then? Stuart Russell here at Brighton still. Ewan Davies at Villa. Kenny McDonald at Arsenal. Yeah, he's still there. He's got both fullbacks. Two fullbacks Arsenal have. Aidan Phillips at Villa. Lewis Penman at Spurs. Taylor Hughes at Man City. Simon Norris at United. He's starting to play a bit more as well. Benny McGettrick and Stevie Sweeney. Man City wants Stevie Sweeney permanently after obviously him ripping it up for Celtic B. But some of these players are not making their potential, and I thought that might happen with the way they're playing. I didn't think someone going to Celtic would have us fall foul, and that's the Scottish forward. He's yet to be capped. Scotland are down in 47th, the national team. Look at that. The best Scottish player at your disposal is not in the squad because you don't want to play no wingers. You don't want to play wingers, should I say? World Cup qualifications, Group G. We've got Portugal again. Steve Clarke's not doing much for Scotland. Wales are currently third. They've won 3. And, hey, look who's in. Look, they've got big man Ralph, who's top of the group. Marcelino's in charge. What happened here? Oh, Ralph resigned. He went to Augsburg. He's wanted as well by Saudi. Right, he's on 35k a week. We'll come back and look at this in a minute. Let's go to 2030. Okay, right. We because of Wayne Gillespie, 185 is his potential ability. He can't go past that, whereas quite a few players can go past it. And here we go. Ryan Richards is now wanted by Man United and Tottenham. Still not playing up front though. Almost certainly not. Wes Harrison at Man City. Yeah, he's doing pretty well, isn't he? Daniel Messam at PSG. Won Liga, Uber Eats. Of course he did. Who won the Premier League? Well, of course it was Tottenham again. Of course it was Spurs again by 13 points this time. Vinnie Comp is just going to clean up with that Spurs squad. Joe Vaughan at Leicester. Well, they're going to cash in on him, aren't they? What a player he is. Gon Savage still at Brighton. Bryn Jones and Wayne Gillespie at Spurs, as we've seen. Stevie Teal at Inter Milan. Who won the league again? Luis Enrique in charge. Jurgen Klopp's gone to PSG. John Roberts is doing pretty well. Jamie Owen up at 180 as well from Manchester United. All the Tottenham's players are just absolutely just ripping it up. They're just so good. Ewan Davis at Villa. He's doing all right. 171. Hayden Phillips is, moving along quite nicely. He could do with a bit more of a boost, but it is what it is. Taylor Hughes at 163, all the way down here, is finally, well, I say finally, he's not really playing for Man City. Went on loan to Fulham in the Championship. 160-odd player. Come on. Benny McGettrick at Spurs is finally starting to get some game time as well. 20 games last season. 17 of them were starts, and he's now up at 160. So 157. Simon Norris is at 148 at United. He's just not been given the game time. And Chelsea won him. And Stevie Sweeney. Shambles. Absolute shambles. Right. Scotland. 45th in the world. Did not qualify. Wales 54th in the world. Did not qualify. Look at that. Austria played 10-1-10. Obviously, wasn't a big man Ralph there. Did he move? He's gone to Al Nassr for a pay cut. He's gone to Saudi for a pay cut. He's actually won the Asian Champions League here. Just see down here. How good's that? There you go, Al Nassr. Go on, Ralph. Oh, dear. Right. Players are starting to hit their potential. There's not a lot of moves happening. Should we start moving a bit quicker through this now? Because we've been going on for a long time. Recording 50 minutes already. We're only in 2030. For 3 years. Right. We should be at 25 now. We should be really hitting potentials. Right. Wes Harrison has at Man City. He's still there. Yeah, he was there originally. Daniel Messam at PSG. Probably been ripping it up. Of course he has. Stuart Russell still... Oh, no, he's moved to Inter from Brighton, £111 million. Really started to kick on. He's done brilliantly in Serie A. Inter just dominated. There you go. Stuart Russell with a couple of Serie A titles. Adam McKenzie at Spurs. 5 in a row for Spurs. Can you believe that? Only one Champions League, though, for Vinny Comp, most recently. Real Madrid have got 2. PSG got 1. And Man City in the last 5 years. Just to fill you in there. Oh, John Roberts is the capo. Isaac Ali is the key player. £72 million from AC Milan. Striker, 20 finishing. 189. 16 pace. Decent composure. Off the ball, 18. 114 composure. His only flaw. 16 heading as well. 12 jumping reach isn't the best, but what a player. £72 million as well. Great signing. 29.30. When did Vincent Kompany come in? 28. So Vincent Kompany signed him. Of course he did. Joe Vaughan's actually moved from Leicester to Man City. £104 million. Ross White is still at United. We've seen him move there last time. Hayden Phillips is actually still at Aston Villa. Ryan Richards, though, has left Wolves to go to PSG for £97 million. That's... Both players for Wolves have gone to PSG for over £90 million. So Wolves have made nearly £200 million off PSG, like £196 million. Fair play. Fair play. Ewan Davies still at Aston Villa. How are Aston Villa doing? Mid-table with 2 of our players there who are really good as well. Gwan Savage still at Brighton. Brighton have got such a pull for these wonder kids. Once you go to Brighton, you never leave. The 2 fullbacks at Arsenal there. Bryn Harvey Jones at Spurs. Jamie Owen is still at United. Wayne Gillespie at Spurs. God, he's below the fold of the page now, is old Gillespie. He's been capped once. Jesus Christ, Steve Clarke. What the hell was wrong with you? 30th as well in the world. We'll come back into the international in a minute. Stevie Teal at Inter Milan, John Roberts at Spurs. Taylor Hughes has gone to Juventus from Manchester City for £28.5 million. They were ruining him, Manchester City, and Juventus have saved him. He's actually there, 179 out of his 180 potential. Go on. Why has he only got 180 potential? Have I made a mistake here? Because Simon Norris has got 185. Yeah, all the wingers should have 185, except Taylor Hughes. But then he's never been capped because they don't play wingers. So it's going to have no impact on the international scene. So have a bit of that, Steve Clarke. Stevie Sweeney, he's gone to Chelsea from Celtic. No. Oh my God. Celtic? What the fuck is wrong with you? You've loaned him out to Aston Villa, who... He scored 2 in 12, fine. Then you loaned him to Chelsea, where he scored 11 in 25, but 12 of those were off the bench. 13 starts, 11 goals. So Chelsea made that transfer permanent. He's now scored 11 in 30, and he's got himself all the way up to 171 out of 194. He's now got 11 caps, 43 goals for Scotland as well. 11 caps, 43 goals. 11 caps, 43 goals. 11 caps, 43 goals. Simon Norris is at West Ham. He lost the trusting manager. He's listed, surplus to requirements. He's at 157. He's signing for £25.5 million. It's not too late. It's not too late. It's only 28 attribute points. That can be done in a couple of years, especially if you get some serious games. I mean, he is 25, so it's probably not going to kick on as much as we expect, but, you know, it is what it is. Right, Scotland, we've seen them 30th. So let's go back. Last here, weren't we? And following year, was this enough to qualify for the Euros? It bloody was. Oh my God, we got a final. It was a 2-2 draw, lost on penalties to Wales. Wales did it. Currently 29th in the world. Rob Page is smug as you like, isn't he? Look at that. He's like, hello. They managed to get through the European qualifications and they got all the way through. Who did they beat on the way? They drew against France, beat Spain in the second round, then Ireland, beat Italy in extra time. Gwan Savage with one of his 3 goals. I've just realised this geezer, Ewan Morgan, who's not even one of our players, scored in stoppage time. Then Joe Vaughan scored, and then Ethan Laidlaw, again, not one of our players. Bruce Perrin did put them ahead, but in the 117th minute. And then look at all the missed penalties. But Wales have actually won the Euros. Past winners. There you go. Wales beating Scotland. Previous tournaments, France beat Belgium. And I don't even know where to start. 1. Austria versus Israel in the final of the Euros. They drew to Slovenia, lost to Germany, beat Norway, progressed through, beat Portugal 2-0, beat Netherlands 1-0, beat Italy 2-0 after extra time, and then lost 2-1 to Austria in the final in 2024. 19th of the 7th, 2023. Ralph Hasenhüttl joined the Austrian national team. Ralph won the Euros. He's now the manager of Poland. I can't believe we missed it. I'm so glad we came back and looked. European Football Championship winners. Well, there we go. All hail King Ralph. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. Go on, Ralph, lad. We've had an all Golden Generation final that was decided on penalties. Now, I'm not saying if Wayne Gillespie was playing, they'd have done better. Isn't it funny, though, how the wingers are the ones that are not doing that great? I mean, Wayne Gillespie was actually the first one to be at his potential and was doing phenomenally well. What I mean is he's not been capped. Neither's Jamie Owen, who's at Manchester United. So none of the wingers are being capped at all. And I think it's because they're playing these weird sort of formations. What is that? What is that? Madness. Absolute madness. Right, okay, well, let's go. Oh, I don't know, in 2033. They've not got a tournament until 2034. The next Euros will be 2036. So, like in 37, 3 more international, 34, 36. Yeah, 2 more international tournaments to look in on. Let's go to 37. Okay, so big Adam McKenzie, 2 of the best players for Spurs, 2 central midfielders, the 2 Scottish central midfielders as well. What an absolute killer set. Look, 2.9 million from Inverness for Lewis Penman, 3.5 million from Dunfermline for Adam McKenzie. Tottenham have just won another 4. Vincent Kompany's won 3 more Champions Leagues as well, and Inter Milan with the other. Our players down at Inter doing the business. That is insane. So Wes Harrison at Man City. Hayden Phillips has stayed at Aston Villa. Stuart Russell, we saw him move to Inter last time, so he's got himself a Champions League to his name. In terms of Serie A, Inter are dominating. Of course they are. PSG have got the 2 players from Wolves, and Rennes have just taken over. I find that kind of hilarious. We saw Joe Vaughan go to City. Ewan Davis is still at Aston Villa. So Aston Villa, Xavi's in charge, been there for nearly 3 years. They've won some stuff under Emre. Yeah, they've been mid-table. You'd think they'd do better. You'd think they'd do better with a couple of these players. You've got literal world-class players. Bailey McGettrick is finally there at his potential. He's made it. £37,500 well spent from Kelty Hearts. Took him a while, but he got there. Guan Savage is wanted by Saudi, but he's still at Brighton. Bryn at Spurs. Arsenal still got the 2 fullbacks. Jamie Owen at United still. Gillespie at Spurs, he's been a talent, hasn't he, for him? He has been a talent. Stevie Sweeney at Chelsea, how's he doing? The Sweenmeister. He's scoring a goal every other game. Not setting the world on fire. Stevie Teal, obviously at Inter Milan, still there. John Roberts at Spurs. Taylor Hughes obviously went to Juve. Simon Norris moved for £21 million from West Ham to Inter Milan. He's now at 162. He's not really kicked on as much as we would have liked, but look at this. He went to Inter Milan, 20 games off the bench. On loan. The following season, he moved on permanent basis, 21 off the bench in 29. Then 14 in 29. This most recent season, 33 starts, only 2 off the bench, 12 goals, 5 assists, 9 player of the matches. It's like you should have been playing him all a bloody long. Manchester United. What? International? You bet you. Scotland, 13th in the world. Marcelino's in charge. Right, Taylor Hughes is on the right. 33 caps, 6 goals. He's finally getting capped. Where? Hang on. We'll come back in a moment. Lost the Euros final. World Cup qualification. Only lost to Italy. Almost certainly have qualified. Oh, lost to Italy twice. They did qualify. They beat China 5-0. 3-1 to Portugal. 5-0 against Nigeria. Lost 1-0 to Croatia. 2034. Then as we qualify for the Euros. Do we qualify for the Euros? Losing to Wales and Norway. What a group of death this is. We did make it. Lost to Spain after extra time in the quarterfinal. So it's been a bit of a shambles for Scotland. Let me just have a look. Tottenham players. Wayne Gillespie. 34 caps, 9 goals. So why is he not currently in the squad? Disappointed to be injured. He's injured, is he? Oh, okay, fine. I'll let you off then. Isn't that nice of me? So Wales are 11th. Jagoba Arasate. What a name that is. Jagoba Araste. Jagoba Arasate. Yeah. Sorry, mate. No idea how to pronounce that. Scotland were 13th. And Wales are 11th. Hey! Nozza. He's not only playing for Inter Milan, he's only being capped by Wales now. Go on, Nozmeister. Have we got the full 11? Oh my God, the full 11's there. The full 11 is there. 11 caps for Jamie Owen as well. This is the system that we wanted to set them up in. I don't know why I'm looking like this and looking over there. Just literally shortlisted there. What was leave me alone. I'm an idiot. Now, of course, we were always going to have 3 central midfielders who could play defensive and attacking midfield as well as straight down the middle. So they've just chosen Wes to to play in the attacking role. So, of course, the Euros was won in 2032. And look at that. Look at that. Only drew to Germany twice, 0-0. Oh, my word. They've only gone and won the bloody World Cup. And win it. Have they bloody won it? Look at this. Here we go. Ryan Richards, 57 in 113. He scored, it was second round, 2-0 against bloody Brazil. Ryan Richards again to beat Uruguay. 3-1 against Colombia. Didn't score there. Scored a brace here after an extra time win against Spain. He scored 2 in a 5-1 win against the Netherlands. Wow. And then qualified for the Euros. They lost to Scotland there. Went out in the second round to France. So, but at this point, we have a World Cup for Wales and a Euros. So Wales, I would say, by international standards, are winning things. In terms of club standings, I mean, Tottenham do have Bryn Harvey-Jones, who's Welsh, but the rest of Tottenham, John Roberts as well, who's a goalkeeper, but the other Tottenham players are Scottish, and they've been dominating the Premier League. Stuart Russell in Serie A with Inter. Noz has just gone there, but Stevie Teal's also with Inter, so Inter have been winning a lot with more Scots. So 2 Welshmen have gone to PSG, but everyone else is just sort of like littered around teams and they're not really doing much, not really winning much. Yeah. Right, it's 2037. Should we round this one off? Let's go to 2042, 5 years. 2043, sorry, we'll go 6 years. How many of them will have gone of the 22? I'm going to say at least 4. We'll have 18 max. Maybe 17 or 16 left, almost certainly. 19. There we go. Lewis Penman's gone to Al Hilal. Adam McKenzie left Spurs on a free. Hang on. To go to Real Madrid. And then he's gone to bloody AC Milan. Oh, hang on. Wes Harrison still at Man City? Wanted. Ryan Richards has gone to Barcelona from PSG on a free. Good lad. Ewan Davies stayed at Villa. Bailey at Spurs. Stevie at Inter. Joe Vaughan at Man City. Jamie at United. John at Spurs. Few of them gone to Saudi. Stevie Sweeney went to Liverpool, actually. Left Chelsea on a free. Simon Norris, he's gone to Saudi, getting £1.3 million a week. Now, he's at 149. He went to Inter Milan, and he's had some serious success in Inter Milan. We've gone 6 years. In those 6 years, they've won the league 4 times. 2 Champions Leagues. 2 for Tottenham as well. Oh, managers. Right, Vinny Comp left. Where did he go? He's now the manager of... He went to Inter... Then he went to Barcelona and he's come back and gone to Man City. Man City have won 1 league. Tottenham have basically won the league every single year, though. So, yeah. We've still got a lot of players, actually. So let's just... We're going to do internationals and Ballon d'Ors at the end. We've just got another 2 years. 2045. I think most will probably be gone at this point. Right, we've got 3 more retiring. And a few are still here. Wes is at 164. Still at Man City. Still at Man City. Where was Tottenham? Right, Lewis Penman is a key player. He's now an unemployed manager. Look at Tottenham with all that money. Vincent Kompany, and that's it. Icons. Adam McKenzie, Bailey McGettrick, Bryn Harvey-Jones, John Roberts. Only 1 legend. Lewis Penman. James Maddison also became a legend as well. 203 games. Whereas Lewis played like 600. Well, 500 odd. Okay. Scotland currently 11th in the world. Patrick Vieira's in charge. Go on, Patrick. And Wales are 8th with Tedesco in charge. Okay, shall we go and have a look at Wales first, because they have done better up to this point. The schedule, we were last here. Was it the loss to France? Then the qualifications for the World Cup. We've just walked it. We've got knocked out in the quarter-final on penalties by France. The 2040 Euros then, we got there. And we got knocked out by Scotland in the quarter-final. Stuart Russell with a late penalty. 86 minutes. Okay, so Scotland are still in that Euros. Scotland could go on and win that then. 2042 then. And we won. We beat Scotland after extra time here, getting revenge. A penalty for Wes Harrison. And then a Gavin Allen extra time winner against Brazil to take home the 2nd World Cup of this experiment. And the final Euros is a 2nd round defeat. But they've only got 2 players left. Right, okay. Scotland then. So that's 2 World Cups and a Euros for Wales. I don't think Scotland can do much better. I don't think they can even draw level. Lost in the quarterfinal to Spain and the Euros there, didn't they? And the following... They did win the tournament. They did win the World Cup. No, sorry. I say they did win it. They didn't even knock Wales out in this one. That's the Euros in 2040. So we've got a World Cup here. They beat England 4-1, 6-0 against Guinea, 4-0 against China, 4-0 against Uruguay, an extra time win against Slovenia, 118th minute as well. Another extra time win, this time against Spain, and a 1-0 against Italy, and a 2-0 win against Mexico. And the Euros, a 4-0 defeat in the final. Lamine Yamal with absolutely ripping it up there. 2 goals. And then a quarter-final defeat to Wales, as we've just seen. And they've just been knocked out in the Euros group. So Wales got the only international win in the Euros. 1 win. 2 runners-up, though, for Scotland. Very unlucky. One of them was to Wales. And then in terms of World Cups, Scotland got 1, but Wales got 2. Wales did get 2. So there you go. 2 World Cups for Wales, 1 for Scotland. A Euros for Wales. And we saw, domestically, I think the Scottish players did probably better. The Golden Ball, though, however. So going through, we've got Killian, Jude, Killian. Yeah. Vinicius Jr. making a change. Adam McKenzie breaks into the top 3. The first time we've seen a player of ours there. Kylian Mbappe still in second place. Then Stuart Russell for Inter Milan, out of nowhere. Ige then came 3rd. Lewis Penman for Spurs. Wayne Gillespie 3rd. That season, Bukayo Saka in second place. Stuart Russell with his 2nd Ballon d'Or. Lewis Penman 3rd. Lewis Penman with his 2nd Ballon d'Or. Adam McKenzie gets his 1st Ballon d'Or. Penman was 2nd. Penman gets his 3rd. Penman and McKenzie are 2nd and 3rd respectively, as Yanis Miguini for Bayern wins it. Hayden Phillips for Aston Villa won the Ballon d'Or. 17 goals from central midfield. What a season he had. At 33 years old, no less. Lewis was 2nd, but it's all Scotland, apart from the first one here, Hayden Phillips. And that's it. Yeah, no more. The team of the year then, all seasons. Stevie Teal is in goal, who is Scottish. 197 caps as well. Bailey McGettrick, Scottish, centre-back. Adam McKenzie, central midfield, Scottish. That's it. 3 players in the first 11. On the bench, we had John Roberts, who was the Welsh goalkeeper. Bryn Harvey-Jones, who was Welsh as a fullback. Wayne Gillespie was Scottish, also on the bench. Lewis Penman, Scottish, also on the bench. So yeah, Stuart Russell, Scottish as well, also on the bench. So overall, Scotland did better domestically. The players did better domestically with Ballon d'Ors. The players did better by getting into the team of the year, the overall sort of European team of the year, world team of the year, should I say. And internationally, tournament-wise, Wales did better. So what did we learn from this? Nothing. Just a bit of fun. Hope you enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Take good care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.